So I was having lunch with my friend Rick, we're in Poland, and we were talking about how blessed we feel to be able to just sit outside, have amazing kebab and tea on a Thursday afternoon, like in Europe. And I said, what are other people doing? And I realized so many people are at work, clocking in and clocking out, probably doing things they really don't like. And Rick and I got to talking about how it is that we are able to do this while other people are, sitting in an office somewhere. Maybe you are and you love what you do and that's your passion and that's great. Maybe you aren't. Maybe you do it out of obligation, or maybe you do it because you have people to take care of, and there are really good reasons to do that, and I've done it too. I've taken a job, clocked in and clocked out because I was on a mission. I was taking care of someone, or I wanted to buy something, or it was important to take care of things with family. But then there are moments where you find yourself, the only reason you're doing that is because you have a car payment, you have a mortgage, you just bought a whole bunch of stuff on your credit card, you bought a pair of shoes that you probably couldn't afford, and you spent money on materialistic things that don't necessarily give you comfort and quality of life, but they kind of help you fit into a situation, right? And I realized that between Rick and I, he packed up his apartment and left Miami Beach to travel for a year. And I packed up most of my valuables, and it fit into like a half a locker. And I haven't had a car for 2 years. I don't particularly have a mortgage payment. I have rent that I pay and some other responsibilities. But I realized that between him and I and people like us, what we do is we trim the fat, the expenses that we have compared to what we spend are, really, really low, right? Like the expenses that we have versus what we make, is low. So when you keep your overhead down and trim the fat in places that give you freedom to make decisions like this, like take off for a month to Europe like I did, or a year for Rick, that creates a different kind of opportunity and different kind of freedom, different way of thinking. It creates, if you're a creative person, it creates the opportunity for you to allow your creative juices to flow. Case in point, I've been writing a book while I've been traveling. I've been shooting a lot of really great videos while I've been traveling. I've been putting a masterclass while I've been traveling. The freedom to breathe and allow time to do what it does and allow your brain to rest, your body to be comfortable, allows for the creative juices to really flow. And this is really true for people who are in the space of creating things. So why am I sharing all of this? I think this is possible for everybody, even if you have a responsibility, even if you have families. I think this kind of life, for you to be able to do what you want to do, what you're passionate about. If you feel like taking a trip, if you feel like going to the spa, if you feel like, I don't know, whatever it is that you feel like that feeds your soul, it is possible if you just are able to say no to the things that don't really matter. So I have a challenge for you. We're going to see if Rick agrees with this challenge. You ready for this?
Sure.
I have a challenge for you. The challenge is, take a look at your bank statement or your credit card statement, right? And see what you have on automatic payment. What are you paying for monthly? I'm venturing a guess you probably have internet, cable, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Dropbox, Google.
Rent.
Huh?
Rent.
Well, yeah, I mean, rent's the last thing you cut, but like, gym membership that you probably don't use, a yoga membership that you probably don't use. What else?
Car payment.
Car payment, car insurance, What else? What else did you trim? What else did you have to get rid of? Like the memberships. Like all of that stuff adds up. When you think about it, if you can get rid of all of those monthly expenses that you don't really use that much, keep one. If you start trimming the fat that way and you take that money that you spend and you put it in an account and don't touch it, you'll be surprised at what you can do with all of that. So it's just a state of mind. And you know what? Stop buying that shit. Stop buying that expensive shit. Right? People are like, how do you live on Miami? What is it?
Stop being a slave to the things you own.
People are like, how do you live on Miami Beach? And how you travel? And how are you not working? 2-3 days a week. You know what? I don't need to make millions. I just need to make enough to live a comfortable lifestyle that makes me happy. Now, if you want to, go buy, make millions and buy Rolex watches, go do that. But you got to figure out what's important to you, right? For me, being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it is more important. What's important to you?
A Rolex watch.
If you're balling like
I'm
kidding. If you're balling like he is, you can
That's
have
not balling. It's just certain things are more important to people at certain times in their lives.
you can have a Rolex, but you sacrificed in other places.
Exactly.
I remember you working 17 hours a day, like 6 days a week, and working really, really hard. Like, yeah.
Work to be able to play.
Yeah, so it's possible. So I hope you take this as inspiration and you are able to take something from it and cut your expenses and costs and think about what it is that you want to do in a perfect world and work towards that, because it's possible.
Start working to live and stop living to work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's really it. Tag your friends. Leave me a comment. I would love to hear what you think. We gotta keep walking. We're gonna go see a castle in Poland. See you later.
Call an Uber.
I'm gonna call an Uber.